Hey, everybody. Hey, Paul, how's it going? Can you hear me okay? I don't even know if this is working tonight. How is everybody doing tonight? Can anybody hear me? You guys got me at all? Testing 1, 2. Hang on a second. Testing. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Hey, Paul, how's it going? Everybody hear me all right now? Having some technical issues. Hey, Shonda, how's it going? And the lurking is not so good, folks. Hi, Jess. Can everybody hear me okay? Can you guys hear any of this? Okay, perfect. Well, how's everybody going tonight? How's everybody doing? I've got someone coming on to co-host, if you will. I was trying to get some music on, but YouTube and the my phone and the system here wasn't being friendly. YouTube wouldn't load, so I had the music playing, so I apologize. I don't think you guys heard any of that music, right? Because it wasn't playing. So I do apologize for that. Let me get some of your comments up here. Let everybody filter in. Shonda, you keep me company? Cool. Rosemary. Hi there. Right here. You mean Roman? Roman is teaching tonight. He's got class. He's not available on Wednesday nights, if you remember. Hey, Shonda. Hi, Jade. How you doing? Always nice to see Jade here. I like it when you're here, Jade. Your music volume is bipolar. I'm guessing that's a bad thing. Hi, Patricia. Yeah, exactly. I think I know what that means. Patricia. Paul. Yeah, okay, cool. Hi, Marty. Welcome tonight. Marta Alicia de Leon. Good evening. How you doing? That's a big mic. It's a real mic. I'm walking. You sound good. All right, cool. That's the spirit, Ray. Do that walking. Good thing you're sticking with it. You got, more stick to it than a lot of people. Good job. Definitely. Loud and clear. Can hear you great. Thank you, Jade. Shonda. Yep. Okay. So sound is good. Thank goodness. I really wanted to play that music. I think it's a cool song. Maybe I'll play it at the end. We'll be cutting it right at 7:30-ish because I do got to get to work tonight. I wanted to come out early instead of late. Can't do a late show. I need a break from that late show. If I could keep the late show to about 30 minutes or an hour tops, then maybe we might have something. But I can't. The crowd gets in, and you just, I want you guys to be happy and entertained. So I just keep it going, and I should cut it off. And thanks for sticking late for us last night. Those who did. Those who didn't, you missed out on a few things, and that's why I want to do this thing tonight. Brownsville Times, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Lola, thank you. Audio sounds great. Perfect. I'm glad. Hi, Rosemary. Coming loud and clear. Beautiful. Roxanne, hi there. Thanks for coming by. Hi, Marty. How you doing, Marty? Always nice to hear from Marty. Sounds great. Thank you, Marie. Loud and clear, Marty. Yep, we should know. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I didn't mean to keep repeating it. I just didn't get these messages early on. Topic for tonight. You heard the music too? Really? All right, I got to play that one out. You guys know what that music was? Anybody? Dire Straits Roller Girl, if you're playing request. I'll check that out later. No request tonight, though. Thank you, Mariana. Thank you so much. Been a good day. I work in the morning just a little bit, and then a chance to relax the rest of the day. Sleep a little bit. I'm still kind of groggy from the almost 8,000 feet altitude, which was Colorado. Even though it was a few days ago, I guess I don't know. I'm coming out of it, though. Hi, Raquel. Raquel Gonzalez. It's funny. I know that name on somebody else. So, Ray, if you walk really fast, does the audio lag? I don't think he's walking that fast. Norma from Jersey Village, Texas. Ooh, where's that at? Where's Jersey Village, Texas? Anybody know? Oops, let me get out of here. Okay. I fell asleep when you're on 4 a.m. Yeah, I crashed hard right after that. Heard about last night's show, 4 a.m. Yeah, it was something. Rose, sorry, the rule goes as soon as the show's over, we kind of cut it and delete it. So you can think of it like this: you go to a live concert, you catch a live act, whatever, the Rolling Stones, Prince, Purple Rain, whatever your best concert was. This is Texas, so okay, George Strait maybe or something like that. You can't take video. You're not supposed to. You can't take audio. You're not supposed to record. So you were there and you experienced the moment, and then as soon as it was over, and it's gone, and you can't watch it again. But the memory of you being there was there. So that's kind of how we treat the later night shows, and for a few reasons. So hopefully, when we do have those on again, you can try to catch us on those. They're going to happen a little less frequent. Jay said I fell asleep. Okay, I was so tired. I didn't remember falling asleep. Yeah, we got that message from quite a few people apologizing that they fell asleep. It's like, hey, don't apologize. I'm sorry we went so late. And so I'm just waiting for my lovely co-host to come in, and we will start here. My sleep schedule is so off now. I know, Rachel. Every time I do these late shows, it throws off my whole clock. It's bad. I try to keep it early for you guys, I promise. Does 6:30 work for you guys? I mean, I don't know about a regular thing or not, but does 6:30 work instead of 7:30? I want to take a poll. Right. Yeah, exactly. The volume on the song kept going from loud to super low. Yeah. I think it was Northwest Houston. Okay, gotcha. Well, thanks for stopping by. Definitely. 1 mile done. There you go. How many more do you have to go? Like 49 or something? Jersey Village is somewhere in the Houston area. Yep, that's exactly what she just said. White snow. But real snow. Anyway, I guess we can get this started just a little bit until my co-host comes in. I wanted to talk about a little bit about abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse on women, and also mental illness a little bit. We've been doing these. Sometimes we do shows, and somebody brings up a certain person, and we start talking about someone, and then, things get out of control. And I really didn't want to go there last night, and it just, I don't know, it just kind of started that way. And here we go. Hey, Joe.
Hi.
Everybody, Joe will be.
I can't hear you.
Uh-oh. Maybe your volume, maybe. She'll check back in. I guess the reason behind this is, thinking about this one person, and, we do a lot of jokes at her expense, not just us, everybody. And, I swore I wouldn't. There you go. Can you hear me now?
Hello.
Hi.
Can't hear you.
And, we do a lot of jokes at her expense. And at first, last night into this morning, somebody made a comment to me, and it felt, I felt it way deep inside. And somebody said, well, what if she's not, beating on herself, and if she is, maybe there's a really deep issue, which I believe we do. I believe there is a deep issue. And, so, I didn't want to go there last night, I guess any night. And I just keep thinking about this issue this person has.
I keep hearing static.
Hey, that's where you got your headphones plugged in. Shake that a little bit.
Yeah. Wait, no. Okay.
But can you hear me though, at least?
There we go.
There we go.
Hi.
Let me get this white snow off of here. Hi, Joe. How you doing tonight?
Good. You're getting my mommy look because, well, it's late.
Well, you're a mommy, right? So
yeah, I'm still a mom, so I'm sorry.
Oh, you're okay. Perfect. You're perfect. I'm trying to tell everybody about why this came up, and I kind of felt bad after. I don't know. A lot of jokes have been made about this one person. I'm not going to say her name. Not going to repeat that.
Mm-hmm.
But the topic of mental illness and physical abuse just kept bothering me all night. And whether it was done upon her or to herself, it's a problem. And I guess not only to women, but to anybody who's ever experienced any kind of physical abuse,
Mm-hmm.
I apologize. We really shouldn't be making light of this so much. I know she's an easy target, and she gives everybody a lot of material to deal with. But I certainly did not want to make fun of it by any means at all. So I wanted to take some time tonight and talk about, the physical abuse against women, and what can be done. What can women do to better themselves, or reach out for help? Really, it's hard to just get out of a situation and then make it disappear like that. That's not going to stop instantly overnight. So, if you need some help to get out of this, and I wanted Joe here as a woman, obviously, to get a female's perspective and a female's input, because it wouldn't be right just having me here alone and talking about this. I think it's good to have someone with experience, or maybe somebody's been through it, or some of you guys have been through it. You can comment. I'll go through your comments in just a minute here. But it'd be good to have, just like there's a suicide prevention hotline, well, there should be some kind of physical abuse hotline. And, the goal would be eventually, how do we get officials or police or people, friends and family, to take this seriously and not think, oh, well, she's fighting with him again. But, when it's really a lot worse than that.
Well, it is a lot worse. I am a domestic violence survivor, so yesterday's show did, kind of hit home. It took me a very long time to leave the relationship I was in. Did not do so until I was ready, until basically it was coming close to my kids. And that was when I chose to say, hey, time for divorce. Yesterday's topic did hit home. And one of my issues with it was, yes, it seemed like it was not something that was true. And my problem with that is you have so many women that get abused. So many, they don't leave because they're afraid to break a home. They're threatened. They fear for their lives. They fear that their kids will be taken away. They fear that it's a fear that they can't survive. Hi, Mr. Rella. It's a big fear that they just can't leave. The other person will blame them, tell them they're insignificant. Hi. So it's hard. I understand. I understand 100%. I was married 21 years. So I understand. But what upset me about that is there are women who call the cops. There are women who file reports. And because you've got women like her that are faking it, or they're, get into these altercations, drug induced, drunk, don't take responsibility for their actions. They ignore them. And you find these women dead somewhere or near dead. And their kids too. Let's not go very far. Their kids too. So I got I had a very, very hard time with yesterday's, show, because it didn't seem like it's a valid, domestic violence. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And, please know that nobody made me do this. Nobody said you got to talk about this or you have to apologize. I don't know if it's an apology to you guys. I don't mean to make fun and make light of what women may be going through when it comes to an abusive relationship. And well, there's that. And then we said, okay, well, if it wasn't that, then if she brought it upon herself and made injuries to herself, now you're talking about the mental illness part of this, where that's something is wrong when you could do that to yourself and then try to blame someone else. And I don't know, I did feel bad afterwards, and I wouldn't, you think about, if you're married, was it your wife, you have a kid, what if it was your daughter or something like that? Would you want somebody to believe them? If it was your daughter, your wife, would you want them to get help? Your sister, would you want them to get help? You would want somebody to believe them. But how do you deal with that when someone has mental illness and they could be doing this to themselves? I mean, what happens then? I mean, I don't think the police would do anything. I don't know what would happen. I guess that's why I'm kind of reaching out to ask, what's really going on out there, and what can be done to possibly remedy some of this. And there was a comment here, but Ladiva wanted to talk about it last night. I don't know that she did, but I didn't have to. We didn't have to, and it's my fault. It's not on you guys. I take it upon myself that we didn't have to talk about it. We didn't have to discuss it and make fun of it just because she wanted to. Again, whether that was her or not, was still, I guess it's up in the air. But to make fun, I think at this stage, watching that, we'll call it a train wreck, I think maybe it does more damage just to ridicule it and laugh at it. At some point, somehow she needs to get some help, and anybody else who's in that situation, because Joe's right. So many times we hear, oh, she just had a fight with him. Oh, they just had a fight. And then she's gone. One day they find her in an alley or in a yard somewhere. Mm-hmm. And for that matter, the kids too.
Yep.
And so I don't know. For some reason, that did hit me. I would never hit a woman. I mean, she'd have to be shooting at me with a gun or trying to stab me with a big knife for me to even punch her or slap her or something. It would have to be something that physical. But a normal argument, my part, and again, like I said yesterday, I do consider myself a man's man. She can call me other names she wants. I'm not going to slap her. I'm not going to raise my hand. I don't understand why. And I don't know. I don't understand it. Joe, make me understand that somehow.
In her case, she's never going to get help. I'm sorry, until somebody forces her and throws her into a rehab, or throws her in a hospital to get the help she needs. Her family around her doesn't help her. Her friends around her don't help her. Even her constituents who are there, they encourage the behavior. They enable it. And in her case, she's just going down into a further downward spiral that can only end in tragedy. She is very lucky to not have those girls and those girls to be in their father's care. I'm sorry, but because she goes on these drug binges, because she gets into these situations, those little girls at one point could have been a tragedy, or maybe a tragedy if they're ever given, put in her care again until she gets help. But that's her. There are women who are afraid to say anything. I know I was one of them. I was afraid. I didn't want anybody to know what was happening to me. So I know I didn't want anybody to know. I would hide it from the kids. At the end of the day, it turned out everybody knew. Everybody. And knew that I wouldn't leave it until I was ready. So a lot of women just need to, when they're ready, stand up and say, when they see that their kids are getting affected, they're coming near dad. Get up, stand up, leave.
I know, and it's so easy for a guy. I see the movies and I hear about the abuse, and you watch it on TV in a movie. You're like, why don't you just leave? Why don't you just leave? And it's like, I hear it's not that easy. So, from my perspective, it's like something. I mean, there's so much fear, I guess, is the thing. The abuser puts so much fear in the other person, and
there's so much help out there on top of all that. There's your 1-800. There's so many places these women can go. So many places, and in this day and age, they don't need to be afraid. Things are things. You got a house, no problem. You'll move into something else. You're not going to die without this big home that you had once. Your kids, they're going to be happy if you're happy. I found that out. My kids, the one thing they ask is never go back to their dad. Never. They don't want it. Yeah. It was the one thing they begged me never to do. That said a lot to me. It said a lot that I was now hurting a situation rather than making it better.
Yeah. So. And I guess part of me thinks, I don't know, does it, for you people that have been in an abusive relationship, I had someone tell me that at one point someone just had enough, and she didn't do anything. She didn't kill the guy. She didn't, but she said she compared it to an alcoholic having a moment of clarity. Every once in a while, they have a moment of clarity where everything clears up and everything is very plain and simple and right there in front of them, and they can actually walk away from the booze, or in this case, they can walk away from the relationship. Granted, if you got kids and stuff, you might have to plan it. The guys at work, and it goes, I guess men too are abused. There's some strong women out there who are also abusive to their men. So I get that. So either way, but somebody's at work, that's the time you get out. You got 6 or 8 hours so you can get out of Dodge and pack your stuff and go. If you got to do that, then you got to do that. But the thing is to get the help, and that suicide prevention number, there should be a number for abused women to call, that they could just get the phone and somebody will come in 15 minutes and kind of rescue them out of there. And is there something like that? Does something like that exist? And if so, I don't know. I've never heard of it.
There is advocacy here, particularly in the Valley. I'm getting the 1-800 number for you, actually, and he'll forward it here in a bit. I did ask them to come on, but because it was last minute, they couldn't. Okay. But yes, they can. I mean, and bottom line, unless you're ready to leave a situation, you're not going to. And yes, whoever you spoke to was very correct. It's like a breaking point. In my case, there was one of the worst episodes was conducted in front of my son. And at that point, I said, at one point, he's going to get brazen and hurt my son. He had never done that before. So that was when I said, I'm done. And I did. And, after 21 years, I was out of there. It should have been done way before that, though, because I will never know how that affected my son. I won't know how it affected him if he's going to think that that's right. I mean, obviously he knows it's wrong, but because he witnessed something like that, how did it affect him? It's something I have to live with and learn how to forgive. But I don't hate him. I forgive him for all that he did, and he lives his life. I live my life, and that's it. But and that man did try to break me down quite a bit. Tried to break me down with everything. But things are things. Your car is a thing. Your house is a thing. Your money is a thing. All of that you can work and rebuild. Do not be afraid to leave something awful because you're worried about things that you may be missing.
Right.
that is one of the basic things that, aside from you want to keep a home for your children, at the end of the day, you're hurting your children more than helping them.
Yeah, that's so true. There was somebody I know who his mom was going through that situation when he was a young kid, and he saw a lot of abuse, and he developed a stutter, and they didn't know where the stutter was coming from. And over the years, they realized he was being traumatized, and that stutter came about. And so that does affect the kids. You may not think they hear it, but they hear it.
Yeah.
And they peek through the door, or they can see what's happening from another room, or they can definitely hear it all the time. So, there is a number. Yeah, she's going to dig up some numbers for. Oh, everybody's got numbers for us here. Okay. Hispanic women are taught to be submissive. I mean, that's true too in a way, but I mean, submissive does not mean be a punching bag, submissive, I guess, in the eyes of God is, you're loyal to your husband, and, in turn, he's loyal back also. But that being submissive does not mean that you can stand there and he can beat the crap out of you just because he's in a bad mood, or, his day went bad, or he didn't like what you had for dinner. Here's one number. How do you say your name? Yaine? Is that how you say that?
Yaine?
Yaine. I'm guessing it's Yaine. Yeah.
Yaine?
800-799-7233, domestic violence hotline. That's one number. Yep, there's that number again. It's up to the woman to draw a line and say enough is enough, and the abusers don't leave them alone either. That's true.
That's true.
It's a woman's decision to put it on top, and it's I think it's important that you share what's happening with a family member or something. You got to let them know what's going on. You can't stay quiet about it, even if only for
good for you, Alicia.
Creating a paper trail, and somebody knows about it. Yeah, somebody knew about it, and otherwise they're going to say, "Well, she didn't tell anybody, so maybe it was just an argument or something."
Mm-hmm.
There's a number. Thank you, Yaine. I hope I'm saying your name right, Yaine. Yaine. I agree 100%. That's exactly what happened with me. Looking back, I feel awful that I didn't recognize all the red flags or what they were. Yeah, I mean, right, for me, a red flag would be, well, did he raise his hand at me one time? Well, that's a red flag, just the first time.
Another number is 956-630-4878. That's for Mujeres Unidas. Could
you put that in that private text, that private chat, and then I'll put it up here,
sure,
please. I don't know. For me, it's simple. One time is too many times. The old saying, I hear a lot of women say, well, he promised he wouldn't do it again. And you see it in the movies. Oh, he promised he wouldn't do it again. It wouldn't happen again. And he's sorry. And then it happens over and over and over and over again.
Or he doesn't remember. He doesn't remember doing it. He forgot. He doesn't know what happened. Yeah. It happens.
He was drunk, maybe?
Oh, yeah. I was drunk. I don't remember. I don't know what happened. But they don't. They know what happened.
Substance abuse is a whole other problem that gets attached to this. And, I was drunk. It's not my fault. I was drunk. I don't remember. Mm-hmm. And that's no excuse, guys. That's, you let it happen once. It's going to keep happening. Yeah, let me get this phone number up here for you, locally anyway.
Yeah, that's a local number.
What was that last number? 4878?
4878, yes.
I don't mean to bring anybody's Wednesday down or anything like that. It's just something that was on my mind, and there you go. There's that number locally. Should put that number on your phone as a secret number or something like that. Call it, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Just should be on your phone somewhere in a hidden place so that if you need to get to it, if they happen to be scrolling through your phone, not going to find it. Hang on, let me get another. Go back to the. Did I do this already? Yep. Okay. Domestic abuse, friendship of women in Brownsville. That's another one.
That's another one.
Okay. Okay. So the phone number again. Thank you, Yaine. Norma Yani.
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 Okay,
It's a pretty name.
cool. Now he says the Bible teaching say for a woman to be meek towards her husband, but for the man to be respectful to their wives, for she's a delicate vessel of pottery. You know, whether biblical or not, just common decency. Being kind to a human being. I got no respect for the guy who raises his hand to a woman. No respect at all. There's no reason for it.
I agree, Norma.
Mighty Rays here too. It's easy to tell someone to leave, but how far can you get with no money, no friends, and getting cut off from your family? And the kids are an issue. It's tough.
You think your family won't be there, but your family will be there. They're not going to let you fall, and they're going to protect you.
Yeah, I think that's why the family. It's important to keep the family in the loop.
Well, I didn't do that. I hid it from my family, but when I needed their help, they were there. They were there. They're not going to let you. They're not going to let you be harmed. You just need to go to them. You need to include them and keep them in your circle. When you do make that choice to say, "Hey, I'm not going to do this anymore."
Yeah, and I got no allegiance to the person we're talking about. Don't like how she does things. I've said this before to other people. It's she does have a certain gift, and I can imagine if with a clear mind and no drugs. I mean, she's got the gift of gab, and she could probably get very far.
With a clear mind, she could do a lot if she focused on herself. And when I say herself, not her ego, because right now what she does is boost her ego. But work on herself. Rehab. Get the drugs out of your system. Fight for your girls. Come on. Fight for your girls. How are you going to be an example for your daughters when you are out drinking, drug binging? They've even said as far as prostitution. I mean, there's a number of things that they've claimed. And there's pictures out there. Pictures all over that, back up everything people are saying.
Yeah.
If she were to just get that help, she has a big mouth because she likes to get out there. She says, I want you to hear me. And if she were to do that in a positive way, she would help a lot of people. I give you that. I give you that.
And in turn, people would help her. I mean, if she really wants to straighten herself out, I know it's been said people have reached out to her. Mm-hmm. And, if that's true, and it's true, the other side, well, you can't help somebody who doesn't want to help themselves. But, when you're not all there, you don't know, you're not thinking right. You think everybody's against you, or you don't believe anybody, or I mean, who knows what's on your mind when you're clouded with drug abuse. I mean, I don't know. My thing. So going back to her, I encourage you guys to maybe not jump on that bandwagon to, ridicule and tease and everything for as easy as that may be. But eventually that needs to be turned around into, man, she really needs some help. Let's, and I know people have tried to reach out. I'm not saying you haven't. I know she's rejected it. I'm not saying that she's, everybody's got numbers. Welcomed everybody with open arms, but at the very least, let's at least what I'm going to do here with the show is not touch on that topic, not add fuel to that fire or salt to that wound. I mean, who knows what she thinks when she's watching this, like, damn, everybody's saying all this crap, man. It'll make somebody feel worse, right?
And do something about it. I don't feel bad for her. I'm sorry. She's been given every opportunity and opportunity after opportunity and after opportunity, and she does not get help. She is not going to do so till a judge throws it upon her. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and we talked about that too. It may take, a judge, a smart judge, to go, you know what? She needs to get detoxed. You're going in the can for 60 days, and you're not coming out, or something like that's got to be done.
Something to address her mind and something to address her vices, because those vices are very deteriorating.
Yeah, and those kids, the way she's going right now, she'll never see those kids again in her life.
Nope.
The way she's going right now, she will never see them again, ever.
Yep.
And she might not see anybody again because she may not survive very long the way she's going right now.
Yeah.
And again, I don't want to make it sound like I'm defending her, but maybe we can continue, for those of you who have tried to reach out, maybe project a different attitude and maybe not poke so much fun and poke the bear, and although as easy as it may be, and I try not to do that, but sometimes I even get sucked into it. But I don't know, yesterday, yeah, it felt a little different. And it didn't sit well with me. That's why I wanted to talk about this today. I see 2 weeks ago, there was 5 domestic violence cases that involved murder in Texas, and more pandemic, more
She's right.
Staying at home, locked up at home. This is going to keep happening. It's going to get worse. And it's a very bad situation right now, all of this. And it's not just kids that are, they can't go to school or they haven't been going to school and they're locked up at home too. Everybody's got cabin fever. And emotions start to rage and people get pissed off easy. Emotions just fly off the handle. Hi, Sharky. Yeah, scroll up and look at some of the comments.
Domestic violence, Sharky.
Domestic violence, yeah. Oh yeah, VT. I met her once. If she could control herself, she could go places. Her tactics are wrong. Yeah, I mean, she can talk. We've seen her talk for 3 hours straight by herself, without a guest, just blah. Can you imagine if she got the right hand on her shoulders, the kind of stuff that she could do? Then she'd be somebody to be afraid of. She's running for politics. She'd be somebody to be afraid of. So I don't know. Maybe that could be something for her to look forward to, but she'd have to start with a clear mind because right now she ain't going to believe nothing. She's not going to listen to anything. She ain't going to believe
kick the bucket. Will I be happy? No. I will be relieved that karma came full circle.
Yeah, understood.
I get it.
Understood. You don't wish death on anybody, but after if you've been a victim of something drastic, I can see how you would feel like that. It's understandable to feel like that.
Well, it's always being scared. I mean, yeah. Even now I keep a bag of clothing for my son and myself in my vehicle. I did that for many years just in case I needed to up and run.
Yeah. After watching all her videos, she really could be something good for RGV, but how she goes about it all. And I would guess, I'm going to say most of it's a drug abuse. I mean, you don't have a clear mind when you're doing any of that stuff that's been alleged. I'll say alleged. I mean, nobody can. Anybody's going to go downhill if they get into that kind of crap. Shonda says she's no dummy. That's for sure. She has potential. Could be, capable. Yep. Just like all you guys are capable. Everybody's capable. Anybody can do this. That's the beauty about living in the greatest country on the planet. They don't limit you just because you're a woman. You can do whatever you want.
Yep.
Start a business, go into politics, try to become a senator or governor.
Become president.
You can do anything you want. There's nobody stopping you except yourself. I agree with Joe. Do something to get it right. Do something. I don't know. For me, I keep thinking, and I could be wrong. I haven't been in the middle of anything like this, but to me, it'd be tell everybody and their mother what's going on. So that everybody.
Yanni, I see that as I think she will do something drastic if she's not getting the attention she wants. But I don't think she'd it goes back to attention. She really needs to get put into a hospital. She really, really needs to get some serious attention to get the drugs out of her system, because it's all based on ego, attention. That's all it is. And
she may not feel like it right now, but damn good those kids are not with her right now.
Yeah.
Damn good. Glad they're somewhere else.
Yeah.
Eventually she might even realize that too, but those kids got nothing. They don't need to see any of that at all. She has an aura of death about her. It's sad.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. I talked to Roman about her once before, and I think to Joe, I think you too, I told you that she seems like one of those people that you'll see in a Hallmark movie or something, that she or in a documentary that she ended up, taking her own life, and the kids, or kids are left without a mom potentially. And I don't know. I don't know what can be done. I'm not saying I got the answer to it. And I know if somebody doesn't want to help themselves, but I think in this case, she doesn't know any better. I think there's so much of this drama and bad vibe on her. I mean, I don't know. People that are enabling her, and maybe not enough. I don't know.
At this point, her friends aren't helping her because they're tired of it. The family, if you notice during the campaign, not one family member was out there. That means her family, she's completely burned. So she needs to be forced on her, and it needs to be for a good while till she starts seeing things clearly. She's never going to see things clearly.
Yeah. Now she's on that stuff. She needs. I don't know how long rehab takes. Whatever it is, whether it's 2 weeks straight or 3 months straight, to be detoxing. That's the first thing that needs to happen before anything good's going to start to happen.
I agree with you, Yanni. She does not see that there's anything wrong with her. She still knowingly, she knew she had drugs in her vehicle that same day they took her kids. She still goes on to blame a police officer claiming he planted something in her vehicle, when she full on said, yeah, I had it there. I had it in my house, but I put it in my car because I didn't want it in the house. Okay.
Yeah.
She doesn't, she's very narcissistic in that fashion.
Hi, Celeste. There are so many positive outlets and avenues that she can utilize to help herself. The board of nursing will help her with anything and everything. She's an intelligent woman. She could definitely move mountains if she were clean and sober, but she's her own worst enemy. And unfortunately, she's got no one close who's gonna, you see the movie, they grab her and they shake her. Listen, snap out of this. I don't know if anybody remembers Moonstruck. That movie was Cher in the 80s.
Yes.
And the guy was talking gibberish and she smacks him. It's like, snap out of it. And, sometimes you need somebody like that. Unfortunately, she doesn't have anybody like that. Otherwise, you would think something would have happened already.
She definitely needs help with her addiction. I also believe she has NPD. What's NPD? Along with her mental issues. The drugs increase the behavior and aggression. It will only become worse if someone does not force her to get help. If someone does not.
What's NPD? I
don't know.
Anyway, if you can fill us in on what NPD is, somebody. Shannon. Hi, Shannon. What's also scary is that she's always on the road. She's not only endangering her own life, but the lives of people in the community. Yeah, that's true too.
That is 100% correct.
Not to mention her kids when she's got them in the back seat. Let's be glad that those kids are out of danger right now. But crashing into somebody else and ruining a whole family. All these assumptions on her mental state should be reported. Better be wrong than sorry. But will they listen? Will the authorities listen? Is there anything they can do with that? Is there anything they can do with that? I don't know that there is. I don't know that they would. And that's the crappy part. That's where we're.
Yeah, she is a narcissist. 100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And we want to keep putting that number out there, guys. I don't know. I don't know how we can get through to her. Somebody close to her. I don't know what it'll take. I mean, you can't unless it's a family member. I don't think anybody can force her in.
Yeah, no.
I think at this point it'll take a judge. Does anybody know any of the judges involved in all this? I mean, they might be able to save her life, by putting her in a detox in a program, like forcibly.
Yep. It would
for
certainly
sure.
help.
The kids, they don't need to be around all that. Yep. Came in late. Who is your pretty host? That is Joe. That's Joe. J-O. Did you put your name up there? Did you?
Yes. Didn't come out.
Oh yeah. No, I did because I got this banner up there. Probably. That's Joe. She did say she has experience with this, unfortunately, but she survived. She came out of it, and she's winning, just like anybody else can. Also, she's a good example of what can happen when you decide to take that step and get help or just get out.
Took me a very long time.
If she had a clear head, she'd be able to reorganize her approach in the political party and actually make it. Yeah, she could. Of course, she could.
I agree with you.
She talks a mile a minute.
Yeah.
Better than a lot of politicians that are out there now. Can you imagine if she had a clear head? And
yeah, she can make the sky turn blue. It'll be pink and she'll call it blue, and you're going to believe blue. I mean, she's got the gift of gab. She's got a swift tongue.
Now it's like, oh, there's Vanessa. Oh no, it's like, but with a clear head, it'd be like, oh man, there's Vanessa. Shoot, now what are we gonna do? Could be different. It could be different.
Yeah.
Looking at old pictures of her and comparing to the current ones, she's morphed into this unrecognizable person. Don't do drugs, people.
I agree with you, Muddy.
Yeah. Enablers, people that she hangs around with who she can get drugs cheaply from, or at least accessible to the drugs easily. Okay. Narcissistic personality disorder.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Muddy. Followers. Yeah. Followers.
Oh, yeah. Definitely your followers as well.
Thanks, guys. Gotcha. Okay. Celeste, the hardest part is she's so resistant to any help. She attacks everyone. I know. And it's got to be the drug that's doing that. I think.
Doesn't feed her ego. If it doesn't feed her ego, she's going to block it.
Yeah. We're not going real long. Let me put this number up here again. Locally, if you can call for somebody, maybe see if they can do something, call on someone's behalf. If they can help. I don't know. Call police, start some of this. I mean, I'm not involved so much personally that I don't think it's me the one to say something. The police would probably, yeah, right. Okay, yeah, we've heard it before. But I don't know. Maybe one of you guys can make a phone call and I don't know. I'm not trying to be a what do you call that? Not trying to rescue her necessarily, but maybe somebody can put her on the right path.
So you're seeing what everybody else is seeing, is that something big will happen next if she doesn't seek help. I mean, she's just getting worse and worse. I'm sorry. She's getting worse and worse.
Yeah, it's spiraling nasty. Authorities only do welfare checks unless there is a suicide attempt, then they'll be taken to a psych hospital or by court order. How long can she keep dodging court?
That's a good question. She's really, man, she's really, she's gotten away with a lot of that. And, I think they've postponed all of her court hearings, and really it's hurting her more than anything. This last drug binge has been 5 days? Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, and instead of trying to better herself, she just takes that time to just do more drugs.
Supposed to hear tomorrow? I thought she had some rescheduled for like February or something like that. I haven't kept up. I'm not gonna.
Oh man, tomorrow. Well, she's her own worst enemy. She believes her own lies. Yeah, I mean, at this point, she's out of touch with reality. Totally is. Hi, Joe. Thanks for being here. She had multiple wellness calls, but they can't enter her home or force her. I do want to add that it's up to Amicus if she ever gets contact with the girls. Her Amicus is most likely aware of everything.
This last incident is going to be an issue.
Yeah.
Because if she's not good to those girls if she's in a violent setting.
Judge Cordoa needs to make her do a drug test weekly to have any contact with her girls. She fails, no phone calls. Yeah, see, that wouldn't work. She's so hooked on drugs. She thinks she can do it and get away with it. So she won't stop. So that won't stop her. You need something that's going to stop her. And that's probably forcible submission.
Good for you, Norma.
Good for you, Norma. Joan Survivor. Thank you, Father God. Yep. It's got to make a move and try to get some help and help somebody. If you know somebody's in that position, say something. Try to help. I know we're not trying to, that's not a rescue Vanessa campaign or a crusade, but I don't know. I guess I want to let you guys know I'm not going to jump on that wagon anymore. As easy as it is, as I said, she needs some serious help, and I don't think it helps to ridicule her and insult her and
snitch.
Yeah. Yo, man. Hey, Fausto, what's up? Thanks for the birthday wishes. Thank you, Alicia.
We still haven't heard how old you are. I've asked like twice.
I'm see? There you go. I said it. I said it right there. People have tried to help her, but she won't. I know. That's why I think it's gonna be up to the judge for something to happen. Otherwise, I don't know. She'll make it into all of 2021. And you wonder that she's his eyes and ears, that she has eyes and ears, or something like that, right?
Yeah, he did.
I can almost hear what she's saying about this live.
Well, she should take it as some encouragement. She really needs to stop worrying about what everybody's going to say, because they don't matter. No one matters. I mean, when it comes down to it, people are going to like you at sometimes, and people aren't going to like you. You're not going to please everybody.
Yep.
Stop worrying about what everybody thinks. Get your help. Get your kids back. Get back on track.
Yeah, definitely don't worry about what people... I mean, I'm going to get some kind of flack for doing this. What are you trying to risk here? What are you in love with her? So, all that stupid crap that people say. And I don't care. I don't want to be on that side of the fence where you just keep on. And one day something very bad happens, then I'm going to feel like crap. Trying to reach out subtly. Mm-hmm. Some of you and some of the crowd knows stuff about her, and they know a cousin or something. You want to take that one, Joe?
No, because I'm still not seeing it clearly.
Oh, Mariana says Dr. Laura Schlesinger. Remember her? Dr. Laura?
Yes.
A radio psychoanalyst always advises her domestic abuse callers, from now till dead is how you want to live your life, from now till dead. I think this is how she wants to live her life. I don't think she wants to. I just think so much drugs cloud your vision. They cloud your intelligence. They cloud, your judgment. They cloud everything.
It's not so much that. She keeps thinking she's just going to get away with it, and her opportunities are always going to exist. And she doesn't realize, and that's a very true statement, from now till dead. Whether it be with drug abuse, whether it be with domestic violence. With domestic violence, you're teetering. There was a few incidents where I worried whether I was going to wake up or not. And I'm sure that happens to a lot of women. But same thing with drug abuse. You don't know if you're going to make it through your next crack dose or whatever she's on. I've heard it's crack. I've heard it's coke. I've heard there's weed involved as well.
Yeah, and I get that, Irma. I totally get that. Guys, YouTube is down. Well, not sure. So, those who will criticize, that's okay. My mind will be clear that, I'm not jumping on that bandwagon and trying to do something positive somehow as being an outsider as best we can. So I would extend to you guys, that's not, you do what you want, but, maybe not jump on that criticism bandwagon. It's too easy. And it probably does more hurt than good.
Never mind, it must have glitched.
Yeah, oh man, this big time intervention show right here for her. Anyway, that would be good.
I agree with you, Sharky. Needs to be family.
Yeah, and if the family don't care, that's one bad start right there. If they've had enough, just hopefully they can see through that and go, you know what, something's going to give. Otherwise, she's going to be in a world of hurt. Nah, I don't want to say it. You can all put your guesses up there if you want. It's a good way to break up and the evening pretty soon here. If you guys want to guess, all right, you can guess. You won't hurt my feelings, I promise. That's all right. You can say what you want.
Oh, I'm curious.
FY, it's happening. YouTube is down nationwide. I knew something was wrong with that because I couldn't play the freaking song from freaking YouTube.
Oh my goodness.
The other one didn't work either for a while. Vimeo wasn't working either. They were actually letting her have joint counseling. Shaking my head. She really don't care. Yeah, those drugs, man, they are not going to let her decide what's right and what's wrong.
She will take it as judgment. She's not gonna take it as anything else, and that's what's sad.
YouTube has crashed. Okay.
Yikes.
Very true. Winding down here, guys. It does not matter. Lupe Gonzalez. You'll have to stop bashing this lady. Have one of you ever seen her do drugs? I think we have on live videos. She's done it.
Yes, sir.
Allegedly, I'll say that, but I believe we've seen her do it. You all are so hateful, especially because if y'all listen to these two ladies that bully her, you all have no right to say she's on a binge. Well, apparently from eyewitnesses, she has been. But, I'm not going to keep...
people very close to her, she has been. There's been photos produced. There's been a lot produced. So it's not something... I'm not somebody who says something without knowing fact behind it. Yeah,
and Lupe, if you've been here for the whole show, that's not what we're trying to do anyway.
Go back. I didn't get to the bottom of that. What needs to happen is you'll to take a drug test. I have no issues with drug tests. I've never used drugs. Never.
I've never felt that need to. Mm-hmm. I get drug tested.
It's not nobody's business, but it is people's business. She made it a point to want to represent all of us. Granted, now she's lost the election, and I agree with you. This is completely different. She's the one putting herself out there. She is putting her business out there for everybody to see. She is the one causing concern. Everybody's concerned with her. People think that it's hate. It's not hate. People want that woman clean so she can be with her kids. Those kids need both parents, not just one. They don't need just one parent. And in her case, she's going towards a tragedy. And if you, Mr. Gonzalez, can't see that, then I'm sorry, you need the same kind of treatment. And maybe you need the drug test.
Yeah, and you know what? And screw politics. She needs to do this for her kids, not for her political life.
Exactly.
Just need to get her life back in order. Again, you watch the rest of the show. We're not doing this to bash her. Go back and watch it. It'll be there after we end tonight. This is not a festive moment, except for my birthday.
What do you mean?
What do you mean about Lupe's comment? She went yesterday. Pushed off till February. Wait, what is that?
Is that court date, Shonda? I don't know.
Pushed off to February? Oh, maybe that's what she's saying. Gee, yeah, that's probably what she's saying. Pushed off to February. I do not agree with Dr. Laura. Well, a lot of stuff I don't. She's a little harsh, but a lot of stuff she's right. Might not like to hear it, but a lot of times she's right. Okay, here we go. Now we know what this is. Do y'all sell her the drugs? Stop bullying this lady. We're not bullying. We're hoping for some kind of intervention for her to get help.
Why does he assume that anybody's bullying her? Nobody's bullying her. People want that woman to get treatment. And yes, we know if you're not happy with getting some sort of concern, you should be, because no one else around you is concerned for you.
Yeah. Gotta change your life. Gotta change your life somehow. Or you won't be able to change your life. It'll be too late.
Yep.
Lupe Gonzalez, she was found with a possibly crack pipe and frequents drug stash houses in Sebastian and Raymondville. That's been eyewitness. It's not a secret. A lot of this is not a secret. Lupe Gonzalez, we're not here to argue with anyone to take off cyberbullying. Have some decorum, please, not here. Lupe, as you can see, we're trying to help here, believe it or not. And I'll wait for the haters in the next few days to come at me, and that's fine. I don't care. I'm telling you guys, our regulars, we got 60 people watching.
And this is not just it's for women who are having issues everywhere. Women who are at home, who are afraid to leave their houses, who walk on eggshells in case they may upset their husbands, or even the husbands. Some of the husbands get beaten up, from what I hear.
Yeah.
I've never met anybody, but I know it's out there. So it's not just about her. The show did arise, and this topic came up yesterday because of her, black eye or what have you. But it's a good topic. People need to see that you can come out of things. You can run and get help. Even if you're a princess at home and just taken care of, you can survive and you can get help and get out.
Yep. At some point, you actually got to do it. Wrong.
That's kind, Gunny.
It takes a decision. Without it, nothing will happen. Yeah.
I agree with you, Ray.
We're just hoping she gets some help. We really, at least I'm hoping that she can get some help and not end up dead somewhere. And have her someday reunite with her kids. Can be a good mom, I suppose. All women are or can.
Yeah.
She's got to get off that crap that you're putting inside of you and come on, man. Get your shit together and move forward. Enough of this. I'm sure she doesn't like listening to all this crap either every day, day in and day out, everywhere. And I know she brings it on herself, right? I get that. But just you all know.
Nanny forgot his age. Eesh.
I didn't forget. I promise.
Going
But
up
it's not as big as a number on your shirt, Fausto. I'll tell you that much. It's not as big as a number on your shirt. Look, no one's bullying her. So, yeah, I'm not going to argue with that person because I think that might be somebody we know.
Yeah.
Rachel, you're very kind. I'll tell you that much.
I love you.
Like Rachel. Right on.
Let the court.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Hopefully a judge does, but at this point, no judge has. You've been
arrested.
It is. Yeah. So you aren't thrown into rehab. That's a problem. So.
Did I lose Joe? Joe, you're frozen. Like the Iceman. Okay, yeah, that's what you look like right now. If you can refresh or you'll come back in a second. So anyway, winding down, thank you all for coming and talking about this. I know I'm not really anyone to talk about it, but I just wanted to give you my viewpoint on this. And I'm going to try very hard not to partake in the bashing of that. And hopefully she can get some help. If you guys can all do the same, that would be good. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. Thanks, Bonnie. Thank you so much. She's putting other people's lives in danger. Yes. 47. Wrong. But thank you for that too. Oh, man, some good numbers out there. Elizabeth. I'm all for one having personal life in politics, but having drugs around kids. Yeah. Yep. Not going to keep beating that dead horse. She's one of those life for you. Yep, I know. You're right. You're not wrong. But it's up to us to not take it and just keep bashing somebody.
My battery died, sorry.
That's okay. You're like, hey Joe, and you're like,
yeah, I was like, I didn't know it was dying.
I agree with this 150%.
That is why they are enabling her behavior. Exactly.
Yeah.
And when
it's nobody's business, but you make it. She makes it her business. You put it out there on your lives. She puts it out there on her lives. You make it everybody's business. Quit blaming everybody else.
Here's what this message says. I understand all that, but it's nobody's business. It's her life. It's her kids. Let the judge handle that. You all bully her on a daily basis. Why? Who's you all? Last I remember, I don't go on lives every day bullying anybody. Neither does Manny, neither does Roman, neither does anyone here. That they are concerned for her? Yes. That woman is reaching a tragic point where something tragic may happen to her. That's a problem. Because then it's all of our responsibilities because we saw it happen. Nobody did anything about it. Especially her followers.
Especially her followers that are with her day in and day out from the first minute to the third hour.
Yep.
Do something for her, man. You love her that much? Do something for her.
Yep.
Don't come over here and say we're being bullies. Watch the show. We're being the exact opposite. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'll take flack for saying that. It'll sound like I'm defending her. And you know what? And that's fine. I don't want her dead. I don't want anybody dead. She could possibly be heading that way. So I'm not going to keep arguing with this person because I have a feeling it may be somebody we know. Man, Joe, thank you for this topic. VT makes it our business. She does. Guys, we're not going to do a late show tonight.
What? No quickies?
We're going to take a break from the quickies tonight. Hey, Ray, where you at now? Let's see. 3.81 miles done. Awesome. Cool. Awesome. 3.81. You going to stop there or are you going to go to 5? Or are you done for the day? Joe, you nailed it. That's correct. Everybody, yeah, I agree. Try that for a change instead of, I told you, we're going to stop discussing that situation on this show. If we can help some way, if anybody can help some way, please do. Please help some way if you can. You know, I don't want to see anybody dead. Not even enemies. I don't have many enemies. I don't think I have any enemies. But I don't want them dead. You know, just help somebody, help people get straight.
Not just her. Who knows if she's going to kill somebody along the way?
Yeah.
That's what's even really sad is that she does this and she drives and she's encountering people. And at some point, she's going to injure someone who didn't do anything, who was just there at the wrong time.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, man. I know, but I'm trying to look beyond all that. And, you know, if anyone tries to do something for her, she will lash out. Yep. The comment's been made already earlier today.
I'm sure she will.
How's Roman? Roman's okay. With which post, Sharky? I'm sorry. What did I miss on you? Ooh, man. Ooh, warmer. Wait a minute. You can't guess more than one time. Who's that? Okay, that's your guess right there. Wrong. Okay. Roman's okay.
I'm close. She's very close.
He's busy with class tonight. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to talk about her. Yep. Okay. All right. We have reached the end of the comments, and state Texas will help you legally and financially get out of the situation.
Yeah, they will. That is true.
Let's hope she can help. Guys, the phone number's right there. Give it to somebody. Maybe you can help. Call on behalf of somebody. Maybe you can help them. 956-630-4878, which is for Mujeres Unidas. And where are they out of? Do you know?
McAllen, if I'm not mistaken.
McAllen, okay. And the other number we had from what was her name? Yaine, was it?
Yani.
That comment's so far up there I can't even catch it right now. But there is a toll-free number. There's a national toll-free number also, but this is one locally, and at least maybe they can get you, in the right direction.
Yeah, they'll tell you exactly what to do and how to get there. They'll do it discreetly. Something that needs.
I know it's kind of corny, but you ever watch Jerry Springer? And at the end, what would he say at the end? Take care of each other or something like that.
I don't know.
Take care of one another.
I don't get that.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, something like that. Look after each other. Let's try not to hate into 2021. That's maybe we can do some help and put somebody on the right path. All right, Joe, thanks for being here for this. It meant a lot.
Thanks for asking.
Everybody, we'll see you tomorrow. We're not going to do a late show tonight. I apologize. I got some work to do, my day job, but we will come back later. Any comments, anything you want to do after that, you can inbox me or, keep commenting on the post. We're not going to delete this one. Have a good night.